Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. Really happy to be able to do a video for you today. I've had a couple of days off where I just, for one reason or another, I just couldn't manage a video. And that's okay. I'm still recovering, so I've got to, just give myself the grace and the space. So thank you all for sticking with me, for joining me today. It's so good to see you. And I just realized I want to do watercolor and I have not got a glass of water with me. Okay, I was going to use my lovely, quite pricey watercolor brush, but I haven't got water, so I'm going to have to grab a water brush. You know, the brushes that have got water in the... So, sorry, I'm reaching. Oh, bother, and I haven't got one of those either to hand. I've taken them all over to the couch and haven't brought them back. What am I going to do? Oh, no, I found one. Yay! All is not lost. So first let me show you this, and can't see it all at once. So maybe if I kind of like scan it across. This is the neutral collage that I was doing in the last video. So I did go up and finish it. I finished it on the couch. Let me just say, I do not enjoy doing this sort of project on the couch. It just about drove me nuts. I was constantly dropping things. Things were sliding off my knee. They're falling on the floor. And because I've got my feet up, it's very hard to reach things, grab things off the floor. And I was just constantly battling it. And I was just not enjoying it, which is a shame because I enjoy the process normally. But I did not enjoy it on the couch. So at least I know, like, yeah, I'm not going to do it from the couch again. But anyway, I did get it done. So, you know, we'll have to call that a win. Despite that, I'm just rearranging things. I've kind of take them to the couch and then I pop them back on the end of the desk, which is the wrong end of the desk. And I'm constantly sort of switching backwards and forwards. So I'm just going to grab my water brush here. Since I forgot to grab any water out, and I probably couldn't have grabbed a glass of water anyway because I've got no way to carry it, and it's a bit dodgy if I were to like put it between my legs on the wheelchair and like whether it would get to A to B in one piece without wetting me. So I think I'm going for greens. I'm just going to add some watercolor because I just feel like it, and add some color to this beautiful neutral collage. And I'm just gonna randomly, like, no rhyme or reason, don't know where things are going to end up once it's all cut up. I just want to add some color, so that's what I'm going to do. And then hopefully this shouldn't take too long, and then I can cut it up and see what we've got at the end. Don't think that end, maybe that end one's a green. Not that it matters. If we end up with other colours, it's like not a problem. Let's go for it, eh? I think it is actually a dark green. Yes, it is. It's a very dark green. It looks sort of almost black or brown, so I wasn't entirely sure. Let's mix up some of those greens as well so they get a bit of blending happening. And I just really like this style of freeform watercolor, just popping color down randomly. It's fun. You know, there's no pressure. There's no, or that's not the right place, or it doesn't look any good. None of that. You just go for it. Just, you know, because it's all going to look different once it's cut up. And I might go in with some other color as well, you know, because otherwise I might get bored, and we don't want to be bored, do we? Don't want to be bored. Anything to avoid being bored, because I'm getting bored on the couch, like, is so limiting in what I can do that it's just quite boring. Now, I'm not attempting to cover the whole thing. I just want to add bits and pieces here and there. And I'm loving already. I'm loving how this looks. I think it's just fun. So maybe I'll do half of it in the greens and then maybe we'll switch out and do something else. I don't know. It's just, you got a word there that perhaps we don't want, so we might have to look at covering that up when we do the decorating. And I suspect there's a few patches here and there that have words I don't really want on my finished products. So definitely be looking out for that. Just smushing it around, and I'm kind of often following the lines of the bits of paper, but not totally. I feel like we need some up in this top corner, and I'm just going to grab a glue page off my book here, just so to pop under there so I don't get paint all over my mat. Just to give some on the edges, so the edges aren't, I mean, I'll probably be distressing them anyway, so it's not super critical, but just to give them a bit of love, bit of colour love, you know, so they don't feel left out. Oh, I liked that. That had a bit of two different greens on the brush, so let's see if we can, yeah, that's fun. Fun, fun, fun. Smushing, 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 bit of random little squiggles, because, you know, why not? Just because it's fun. Squiggle, squiggle. Now I'm just getting crazy. Crazy stuff going on here. So how are you guys today? I hope you're all doing well. It's Friday today. I'm hoping I can get the video up today, but it will probably be later in the day because it's already like 20 past 10. So by the time I've recorded the video and then got it uploaded, at the earliest it's going to be this afternoon, and it, you know, if that fails then it will be tomorrow. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. Nothing like giving it a go, and it will be whatever it will be in terms of timing. I've got a lot of work to do on the computer today. I've got to get the newsletter ready to go out tomorrow. So if you are not subscribed to the email newsletter, there's a link down in the description box. It comes out, I try and get it out on the 1st of every month. It's only once a month, and it's got tips, it's got freebies, it's got just a little fun fact or something along those lines, personal sort of get to know me type thing. Just very short, punchy newsletter. It's not long, it's not full of just random talks. I don't, you know, I'm not trying to sell you everything under the sun. It's more just building the community and connecting and building a relationship with you guys. So if you'd like to be on that, make sure you hop on and subscribe so you can receive the newsletter when it goes out tomorrow. And if you sign up, you know, past tomorrow, then I'll just send it to you whenever you join up, unless it's towards the end of the month, like the end of July, and then I'd wait and send you the next month's. And I usually have discount codes in there as well for my Etsy shop. So plenty there worth signing up for, and I do not spam, so it's just one single email once a month. So there's my little plug. If you'd like to join us on the email list, please do. Love to have you on. Right, so yes, so I've got a lot of work. I'm really liking this. I think I'm just going to go with the green and then maybe add a few spots of yellow or something. I don't know. We'll just see. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've got the newsletter to do. I've got the Patreon printables to do for my Patreons for July, and they're well underway, which I'm happy to say. So they're looking good for being out tomorrow or the next day, maybe at the worst Monday. They won't be far away. What else have I got to do? And I've got a design team project that's due to be released tomorrow, so I just need to do a bit of social media stuff for that. the project itself is ready. What else? Oh, I've got other stuff that I need to do, but is sort of not so time critical. So, you know, whether I get it done, I probably won't. I think I've got enough on my plate for the rest of the day. And I'm actually finding it not too bad in the office with my foot up. I actually put my foot up in the office chair and sit in the wheelchair, and it works quite well, quite comfortably. But it did take me a few days to work that out, of different arrangements and trying different things. And it does mean I'm balancing the mouse on my knee and the keyboard sort of half on me, half on the tray. And I have knocked over my drink in the process, but by and large, it's manageable, which makes me super happy that at least I can, you know, spend a bit of time at the computer as much as I can stand. But I've been so tired yesterday and this morning. Got out of bed and I was sitting on the couch going, I just want to go to sleep. I just felt so tired. But I've had 3 coffees now. So I think they're doing their thing. I'm feeling quite bright at the moment. So we take the most of those times and go for it. Whoops, I see I'm missing a big chunk up here where I've got no colour. So let's rectify that. I really like this light springy green. It's so pretty. It's probably my favourite green in this set. And these are my PBO watercolours. So PBO watercolour, 24 colours. This was one of my birthday presents from my husband a few years back now. I just love them. They're a pretty good quality. They're not top quality, but they are good quality and not chalky and lovely rich colours. Some really fun fonts and bits and pieces in these papers that I've used. Super fun. And the different papers absorb the paint differently, so you get different effects. From subtle to bright to quite, when they really absorb, quite subdued colours. Depending on how much water you use as well, of course. All comes into it. Okay, looking good. Happy with it so far. Really need a bigger bit of paper underneath, but never mind. We can just smush it around a bit. Yeah, this darker, creamier paper, which is quite coarse, is very absorbent. Like, it just makes my brush very dry very quickly. Smushing around. Let's do a few swirls over here because we forgot about doing some random little swirls. So just do easy peasy. Anybody can do this. Really messy, fun. So it's turning into a bit of mixed media. When I did up this masterboard, I was not anticipating doing this. But I sat down to do this video and I was like, I want to add some watercolour. Yeah, just because that's the mood I'm in. Just because I want some colour. Want some colour in my life, people. Give me colour. And I've chosen green just because it tends to go with a lot of things. You know, it can go nature, it can go with a bit of vintage photo distress ink, it can go vintagey. It can go in something bright and colourful. It can go spring or summer. And it can even do like autumn and winter if you put the right things with it. So that's why I went with green. Just nice and neutral. Right, how's that looking? I know you can't see the whole thing. Just need to take care of my nose for a moment. Right, I think that's looking pretty good. Do we want to add a different colour? I don't want to ruin it. How about a little bit of this kind of ochre browny colour? Because, you know, why not? Don't have to go crazy with it, but we could if we wanted. Just, I think it will tone in really nicely. So just add some here and there. Hopefully I'm on camera. I'm kind of lost now because it's so long. I've kind of lost where I'm centered for the camera. I think I'm okay, but bear with me if there's the odd little bit here and there that kind of falls outside the camera. It's just smushing some paint around is all I'm doing so far. And okay, just clean off my brush. Here we go. We're going to call that good. Put the lid on my watercolour tin and pop it aside. Right, now the next stage. This is a little bit damp, but it's not too bad. Now the thing with this is nothing is straight. None of the sides are actually straight. So first off, I think I want to just trim up one edge. Oops, take those away from now. Don't need those under there. Oops, just knocking things, you know, flipped my paper around. And let's trim up. Now I'm just going to choose an arbitrary line because I've got no edge that's straight to line up on. So I'm just going to choose this as my line that's going to be straight, and then everything else will be measured off that. Okay, so I'm just going to grab out my craft knife. And so there will be a little bit of wastage, but you know, minimal. Right, now there's no way I can rule like the sides of this all at once, so I think I'm just going to take it into manageable chunks. So I'm just going to move this along, and let's go here just because, and I hope I'm coming very close to the camera stand. I hope I don't hit you guys. Oops, sorry, I know I just did. I didn't give myself very much elbow room there. Okay, sorry, I didn't intend to make you seasick. Okay, so line this one up again here, because we know that's our straight edge. And then I'll come over a bit this time, so we've got a, you know, reasonable width to work with on this last bit. So I'm not measuring, I'm simply just trying to get straight edges. So whatever size they end up is what they, you know, will work out what to turn them into. Okay, oops, I didn't get all the way through. Darn. Let's see if we can just run the knife carefully down that cut. There we go. Right, now just this one last edge to, or on this direction anyway, one last edge there to straighten. And then we'll do the other edges. So losing quite a bit off this edge, but that's okay. Can always put that somewhere. Oops, and again, I don't know why it's not cutting all the way through. Maybe I wasn't pressing hard enough. Or maybe my blade needs changing, which is entirely possible. Right, so let's line up now on these edges, because these are now straight, and trim our top and bottom. It looks pretty good. So what's everyone got planned for the weekend? I've got nothing more planned than being a couch potato as per normal. Like, today is 4 weeks since my surgery. And in many respects, it's actually gone fairly quickly. But I am looking forward to, in a couple of weeks' time, when hopefully I'll get the moon boot on. Will depend on the x-rays and how things have gone so far as to whether I can progress to a moon boot or go back into a cast, or worst case scenario, go back into surgery. That I am desperately hoping is not necessary, and shouldn't be necessary. You know, the failure rate is not very high, so, but you know, it's just there in the back of my mind. It's always a possibility. But yeah, getting into a moon boot means I'll actually be able to put some weight on my foot. I can have my foot down more, so I can like be at my desk properly, although I will still need to, you know, be careful and judge pain levels and stuff as to how much I do. But it will definitely be way easier, way easier. And hubby's already said that he doesn't want me cooking meals or doing, you know, cleaning or anything once I'm in my moon boot. He thinks that's too soon to do that, and I will be on crutches as well, so not entirely practical either to be trying to do stuff around the house. But at least I'll be able to, you know, sit at my craft desk and do some real crafting, people. I mean, how exciting! So excited to get to that stage. Just got to get through the next 2 weeks and then hopefully have a good report from the x-rays and the surgeon to progress. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. Right. So when I come to cut these up, I'm thinking, shall we do it upside down so we get a bit of a reveal on how the pieces look? Shall we do that? I think we'll do that, just for a bit of fun. Right. So we've got straight edges now. I'm going to switch my mat back around this way. Whoops, sorry, I knocked you again. Right, and so we're going to go upside down and line up and work out what I want to cut it into. Oh, why is that not straight? That is not straight at all. What have I done? That's as crooked as a dog's hind leg, would you believe? What have I done? I can't even believe that after all that, it's not at all straight. Okay, it's almost straight on this side, so let us just tackle this one. I need to move it down a bit because it's actually hanging off the mat. I don't know what I did, people. Too much talking, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Shocking. Shocking when you can't even cut a straight line with a ruler, a grid mat, and a knife. It's just a sliver off this side. And then let's try this again. Okay, let's see if we can, maybe it moved on me. Let's say it did. Okay, and let's straighten up this edge. Gee, it was quite wonky. Oh gosh, yes, so wonky. Right, now I think we're all good. I think we're straight-ish. Okay, we're going to say we are. So let's do journal cards first. So let's do a couple. So what have we got? We've got 9.5 or 9 3/4 inches that way. So we could go 4.5 high. Would give us 2, and then if we went like 6 inches across, so that's, so I'll go about there. It's not quite 6 inches, but it's on a line, so I'm going on the line. So we'll go this way. Did I get, yes, I got all the way through. And then I'm going to go about halfway on this. So we are going about here, I guess. I don't know if it's half, but it's going to do. Well, that kind of... don't like the dimensions on that, actually. If I'm perfectly... Should we do that? Okay, we're going to do this one. We might end up with 2 journal cards and a tag. So there's a journal card. Let's do... Yes, we'll do another journal card, and we'll do a skinny tag. Okay, journal card, and I'm going to put 2 piles. They could also be pockets, you know, they don't need to be journal cards. They could absolutely be pockets. Also, one of the things I love about journaling is that, you know, a simple rectangle can be turned into so many different things. Okay, I'm going to go about the same. Let's do it slightly different. Do it a little touch bigger in this direction. It's almost square, which I don't mind. Right, so a journal pocket, or a journal card, or a pocket is what I meant to say. And this one I think I might turn into 2 tags, just because. So about there, give or take. So a couple of tags. Right, next piece. Okay, so we've got just over 6 inches. That should be okay. So I'm going to make journal card. And I'm eyeballing at this stage. I'm just eyeballing the dimensions to see, yep, that looks about right. Looks to be a pleasing shape and size. So here we go, another one, and let's go okay, I'm going to go here and make this end a tag. I think my knife's actually out a little bit far for safety. Right, and then this one, I'm thinking I'm actually going to leave that as is and make it a folding one. Okay, just something different. Oops, right, turn this over. Now, for this, I'm thinking of doing a belly band. Just trying to find my pages to measure on, which is very difficult to try and reach behind me and grab, but here we go. Here's a page. So let's take off this end bit. So I'm going to go there, and I hope this piece and the last piece were actually straight. I'd never double check them. I think that's where I was going to go. Yes. Right, so I think that's quite a cute, it could be a tag or a journal card or a little pocket. So I think that's good as gold. And then do we just want to do 2 belly bands out of this? Let's just do that. And then that gives us 3 different styles pieces, or 4 if we turn some into pockets and some into journal cards. So that's pretty good. Let's just go about there. Right, okay. Oh, I take care of my nose again. So annoying. I haven't got a cold or anything. It just seems to be talking during winter makes my nose run. I don't know. It's weird. Right, so let's do a reveal. So here is our belly bands. So the text on the pieces of paper that I've collaged go every which way. So you can choose any way to put it up. It's not going to matter. There's always going to be something upside down, something sideways, and that is quite deliberate. So I'm really loving just that scattered watercolour feel too. I think that's really fun. So our belly bands. Then they could also be tags. You know, I could choose to have them as tags. So here we've got our designed to be tags. So they're fun. They're looking really cool. Right, I'm going to run out of room, so let's just pile those up. And our journal cards come pockets. I've got this one. And this one. So lots of good variety in terms of sizing. And this one and shape, they're all slightly different, which is quite nice. And that one. And this one. And then this one, which I was going to do the folded journal card. So let's go ahead and fold this. And hope it's straight. Yep. Right, need my... Get in there and ease out. It can sometimes be quite difficult to fold when all the layers of paper are at different places and different thicknesses. Just a little bit of gentle easing and you get there. There we go, a sweet little folding journal card. Isn't that fun? I really like that. I think that's really lovely. How are we going for time? I think we can afford to perhaps decorate up this one. So we're definitely not going to get all these decorated, but let's work on this fun one. So I'm going to round the corners. And I will also need to make sure that just everything's stuck down properly as I go through each piece. Let's put a bit of vintage photo around. Oh, I think these are going to be super fun. Right. Ah, and the inside. Let's do the inside as well. Doing the crease on the inside, just because I think it helps separate it into little panels so you can journal down each side rather than writing right across. I think that makes a nice change from a journal card where you write right across. But you could still write right across if you wanted to, because the ink is not, you know, dark enough to form a barrier that you can't write on. So see what I mean? You've just got this line down the middle here, so you could choose to write here and then here. Or if you wanted to, you could ignore the line and just write right across. You know, it just gives options, something a little bit different. Okay, so I think I like this side as the front. What would I like to put on it? I definitely won't be using book page because we've already got book page. Trying to grab things off the shelf behind me. I'm feeling bird. I'm just really feeling bird at the moment. Oops. Almost sent one flying off the desk. One day I'll find a place for this fellow. He's quite big. He's really pretty. I think green is probably a bit much on the green. Too much green. Gets a bit lost. It's too wide. Let's dig down here a bit. See what else we've got that we often don't get to. No, it gets a bit lost. Oh, there's a heart. I don't know what a heart is doing in the birds. You're cute. Actually, I really like him. I could trim off the bits that overhang. Yes, I like that one. Okay, so we're going to do a bird. I'm thinking label. Because you know that's my jam. Or my honey. Or my something. Right, so whose labels would I like? Don't think I want to go super colourful, so I'm thinking more neutral. One of these ones from the Junk Journal Studio. That's what I'm thinking. Well, that one's got a bird on it, so we possibly don't want to use another bird. Is that? Or do we need something a bit longer? More sort of... oops, that one needs a little bit of repair. It's tearing the plastic on the pocket. We could go something more like that. Hopefully you can see that it's not in the way. Oh, I like that one. Let's go with that one. We could actually use a kind of like a round label as well, maybe. Oh, can I get them out? Might need to grab my tweezers. No, I've got them. These might be a little bit big actually, and my small ones, where are my small ones? Oh, they're just too far out of reach. Darn it. Oh, that's quite cool. Oh. One like that, and then a little something. I'm thinking 3, you know, like 3s. So I'm going to a different label, perhaps one of Shabby Cottage Studio labels. Quite like this little tan one. How would that look if we just popped? Yeah, I don't mind that. I am wondering, though, about a little tissue or something on there. What have I got that I can reach? Oh, here we go. Some just plain white tissue. Just a little bit on top like that. And I could actually even wrap that around like that, couldn't I? Okay, yep. Let's do it. I don't know why. I just felt like it just needed an extra layer of something. And it does give it a bit of texture. Still allows all that beautiful book page and watercolour and everything to shine through. Now where did I put the glue up? About there. I haven't quite got glue all the way there, so let's go back. Oops, go back in. There, and over here. Wherever I put the glue that doesn't get the paper, it's going to dry clear, so it's not going to be an issue. Right, okay, and I'm not going to refold it until that's dry. And I've got that ink line there, so I know where I'm working. And also, I'm just keeping adding stuff right now, aren't I? Right, I need to move some stuff so I can get to what I'm after. Bear with me for a moment. Watercolour. Actually, I don't think it's there. I think it's in my container here is what I'm after. Yeah, let's maybe go that one or that one. Okay, that should be enough to work with. Grab my stamp pad and I'm just going to go black. So I need an acrylic block, and I can barely open the drawer because my leg is suspended in front of it. All the challenges, I tell you people, challenges, but never mind. We're on the downhill slope, I feel like. And I actually get my cast off, it's less than 6 weeks after surgery by like 3 days or something. So it won't be quite 6 weeks when I get this cast off and checked by the surgeon. So yeah, we're less than 2 weeks away from that time. Right, I'm just going to add some just fun splattery. Do that across the spine onto the front. Lightly there. Okay, and I've got a different style one, so why not use both? I might be doing too much, but oh well, never mind. I'm not going to tell you where all these stamps come from, just because, you know, I'm just in the moment. Maybe a little bit up. Yeah. Right, that will do. Okay, I'll pop that away after the video. I don't need to do that now. Right, so let's put our bits and pieces on. So I'm going to ink them all up, of course. And I don't have a journal in mind for this little piece. It'll just go in my box of finished ephemera, ready to pop on wherever I feel like it's going to suit. Which is always lovely to have pieces to pull from that are ready to go into a journal. I'm going to pop that there. We need to put this one down here. I don't often use 3 labels on something, but I just felt like it today. And why not? Nice. Trying out different things. So I'm going to pop you about there. So you need to go, I'm going to cover up this lovely text, but that's okay because I've got more lovely text on the label. So it's a bit like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Right, now I do need to trim you off a little bit, don't I? Although I could also wrap that around. There's no reason why I can't actually. Let's do that. I'm just going to give it a little touch of ink. Give it a bit of a frame. Make it pop off the page just a little bit more. Such a pretty colourful bird, isn't it? I have no idea what sort of bird. Although its beak says sort of kingfishery family, maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. Right. Let's pop some glue on you very carefully. I don't rip anything off or gouge out my glue stick. Both of which I'm quite prone to doing. Pop you on top of that lovely label there. Just want to carry enough over so it doesn't risk lifting. I may end up putting tacky glue under there as well if it doesn't want to fold around very nicely. Tacky glue will take care of it. And I didn't do the space between the legs, that's okay. Actually, I might just tone down that white a bit. There we go. Blends in a lot better. And our wee label here. So again, this one was from Shabby Cottage Studio, and these two were from the Junk Journal Studio. I love, love, love labels. Absolutely love them. They're such fun to use. So many different styles and colours and sizes and shapes, and like just awesome to have in your resources. Right, and let's pop you there. Right, I'm going to risk folding this. I know this is probably not dry, but let's tempt fate. Grab my folder again. Smush that down. Whoops, I've smushed some glue out from underneath it. Right, and there we have a sweet little folding journal card all ready to go. I love that. I think that turned out super fun. Lift it up so you can see it a bit better. What do you think, guys? Fun? I think it's fun. So there we go. We got, how many pieces did we get from that paper bag? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got a full dozen pieces out of that collaged paper bag. Awesome. And we got one piece completely finished and a bunch that we can work on whenever I feel so inclined. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a fantastic weekend. I hope you get out and enjoy the weather, whatever it brings, and make some memories. Take care, and I'll see you back for Deal It Up Challenge. Bye.